them.
Just hope there's a
Like,
radiant
my
spell
whole-
for our
I've been
main
with them
characters
since
to return
seventh
to
grade.
after this.
And my
Let's hope.
freshman year, I started
make no
volunteering to
promises.
do backstage crew with them for like the younger kids. And then my senior year, I got into
I might be
lighting,
level
and
4, but I
so
still have access
she
to
put me
fireballs.
in
How?
as an assistant to the
Yeah,
lighting
like,
that they had.
How?
But then
You tell
the
me
lighting
that's right.
director actually became stage manager at Phoenix, one of the Phoenix theaters. I forget which one, but a great opportunity. And so we didn't have a lighting director, and I was the only person that
So-
did lighting. So then now I'm the lighting director. But I've also taught for them for a little bit. So I'm like,
Okay.
yeah.
Because my sister, she's taking a gap semester and looking to, and she does
Mhm.
tech theater, and she does lighting.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
she's looking for a job in that right
She
now.
should really. Gosh, I don't know if they're still hiring.
Yeah, I don't know
used
what
to
she's
be-
looking for.
No, I used to do, I have a friend who runs Combs Theater. She knows a lot of people in the tech, like, theater area, and she would message me with jobs.
Mhm.
But I think the last time she messaged me was in like January. I think they might have done something by now.
Probably.
But if I get anything, I'll send it to you.
Okay, yeah.
I have like a little list of people where if she sends me anything, I send them out because I'm like, finding a job in this industry is kind of
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the hard parts, was cobbling together consistent work
hard.
and at multiple places, and also not feeling like a mercenary if I didn't like the show.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I stopped doing lighting stuff outside of the theater just because I didn't have the like. I had my day job and I had school and I didn't have the time to just drop what I'm doing and work myself in the tech week, because when I do lighting, obviously when you do tech, that's your whole day, like whole time, whole week is thinking about that. And so I'm like, I didn't have the time nor the headspace to do that every single week. Plus it was really scary. So, but this one's like a definite, like every semester at the end of the semester, I'm like lighting.
Which is nice.
That's nice. So I'm going through the script right now.
Yeah.
I've been planning out lighting stuff.
What's the show?
Anastasia.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Greg, real quick.
Peace.
I am going Prodigy for my wizard.
That's
I did take some Dynamency spells. It's all official content, but some people don't like it. So,
What are some things that make people say make it
gravity and time spells. Now,
weird? At level 4, cool.
yeah. So like actually I think the only one I really have is
Oh,
Magnify
you
Gravity.
wanted. I could have shot.
Magnify gravity sounds fun.
Yes.
I think it fits since we're in this kind of weird place. So
Also, I'm an Owlin, so I do have flight.
okay.
Just want to let you know.
We had a discussion
Yeah,
about
we were
this.
just talking about I ban flying creatures from my
If
campaigns.
I may from time to time, depending on exactly what you're trying to do, treat it where you have to make some sort of vertigo check with a con save.
Interesting.
Just so you know. Yeah, so that's sometimes how I'll deal with flying, if I think that it's either a particularly tricky maneuver, or if I just don't like the fact that you're flying that high and I need it for the sake of narrative.
I hate you.
Oh, another thing,
That's-
I have silvery barbs. Let me know if you don't want that.
Oh, gosh, remind me, I haven't.
It's
Silvery barb's
it's
like-
a stupid spell.
See, I don't ban silvery
I'm like,
barbs.
Yeah.
I don't ban silvery barbs.
I can't remember. I know.
I know
I've-
the spell.
Oh, I know the spell, yeah.
We had a bard who was.
It's silvery barb is the most banned spell,
Yeah.
the most banned thing of all time. Probably.
That's fine. Yeah, do if its rules is written, and we get into a situation where it's like, really? Then otherwise, it's like if it's just you being clever, I'm not going to stop you from being clever if it works.
And then the other two is I do 2 second levels, or no, 1 second level spell called Immovable Object.
Yeah. Okay.
It's more or less like an immovable rod, but spell.
Can cause some interesting hijinks depending on how you rule the situation. Yeah.
Like an arm wrestling. Didn't you use a move on?
I did something like that. Yeah.
That's.
I
Still
can't
got to
remember
figure out what's going on.
But yeah, everything I do is always official D&D. It's just I don't want to clear it all with you
Yeah.
for personal
Yeah.
rules.
Well, I think I told them my philosophy is that if it means that you have a couple really easy encounters while I calibrate, cool. Like that's fine, and then I'll just make sure I prepare for what you're capable of, so that it's challenging for you, not not to be adversarial in the negative sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, my job is to make sure you guys are having fun by having appropriately balanced challenges to your skill level as both a player and your characters.
So there
It's all
are
good.
two actions. Before we can play an action. It should say like self-help.
Okay, so let's see. So you're working on yours. You two have yours. You
Yep.
said. Okay. So
All I'm doing is getting my spell.
Do you
Yeah.
want us to do character introductions?
yes, and tell me how your character would have gotten to the Radiant Citadel if you could, if you
Come
got
up with the way?
yeah. Because I'll say that usually, the people do have to do some sort of like plane shift to get there, but there are also portals that go to basically you can find a portal to anywhere. Is kind of the idea with the Radiant Citadel. Or you could have also gone through something weird that got you to the Ethereal plane in a strange way, and then you found your way to the Citadel
Alright.
as a place to start. But yeah,
Alright.
jump in.
Okay. I'm playing Bungo Hornblower. He's a fighter bard. He's like, imagine like a chivalrous knight with like a mullet and a big old cop stash. And he has a big old like, those like horns? Yeah.
Okay, I'm just trying to.
But
I'm trying to
imagine that
embody it.
with like one of those Crusader helms.
Okay. Okay.
And he has like a big old like horn that he blows as his musical instrument.
I think I've seen a football player kind of like that. So
Yeah, imagine like a giant goat horn kind of thing. That's
And
what
his
he
name
has.
was what again?
Bungo Hornblower.
Okay.
Yeah, how he got to the Radiant Citadel is he kind of just tripped and fell through a portal, and he's been here for the last few weeks.
through reality.
Yeah,
Okay. Do you have a sense of his original plane, or do you not want to decide that?
material plane.
Okay.
He's a human.
Okay. And mullet.
Yeah.
Basic.
He's anything but basic.
And what was his class again?
He's a fighter bard. He also has smoking a cigar. Yeah.
Okay.
He's a big buff guy with a slam steel with his horn.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Garen.
I'm playing. Sorry. I'm playing Yastis Alpsi. Haven't said how to pronounce his name. I've got the first part down. Don't know how to say the second half. I got it from Generator. But he's a Yanti blood hunter with a longbow and a lot of cool skills. And his whole thing, the way he got into the Radiant Citadel is he was part of a group. That group got split up and he had to follow a certain guy with Plague Doctor Mask, and when that guy ended up at the Radiant Citadel, he followed and also ended up at the Radiant Citadel. And so, yeah, he may or may not be connected to Inverse.
Yeah, the only other guy with a Plague Doctor mask. He may be connected.
And what was his name one more time?
Yastis.
Okay.
You said you couldn't pronounce the last name?
Alpsi.
Yeah, yes.
Yastis Alpsi. First name Yastis.
Mm-hmm.
And second part Altsei.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Altsei sounds better.
My name is Floop Filligan. And I'm an Owlin wizard. And I'm here for research. What am I looking for exactly? Don't know yet. I'm just here to find cool and interesting things.
Cool. Awesome sauce. That's really neat. All right. All right, so we are in the Radiant Citadel. It is, just to give some brief background that you would have, most of you would have known at this point, the Radiant Citadel is a community that has been actually rediscovered and is basically built around this giant crystal floating in the middle of the ethereal plane. And so, in a whole, there are, it tends to have a very, So the community the general government is like egalitarian. It tends to have a lot of kind of, if we thought in modern day politics, things that would be more democratic leaning agenda items like progressive taxes and things to take care of every citizen and tariffs that are if a particular place that you're coming from is struggling, then that society gets like lower tariffs. So there's this, if that helps to kind of contextualize what the Radiant Citadel is kind of built on. There's not a whole lot of red meat type meals. There's a lot of veggies because of the nature of growing things or growing livestock apparently on the in this place. They are run by a variety, the Court of Whispers, and or that's one part of it actually. So. The most I had it, lost it. This is the center for where incarnates tend to govern, and they're also sought for their wisdom because they are so we'll just the incarnates are one portion of the governing body, and there's also a speaker and some other things. A lot, so we'll just start with that. One thing, if you guys have been in the town for very long, you know that there are police forces that are, the city guards tend to be nonviolent and have nonviolent means of bringing in people who break the law, and there are also it's encouraged to do citizens arrests if needed. The idea being that each person takes responsibility for the community by minimizing crime. So those are some general things that might be unique or different, and since you're in this city, that you would kind of start off with kind of having some basic background there. Let's see. If it would help for my sake, if you had to choose an alignment, what kind of alignment would you be leaning toward?
Chaotic good.
Okay.
Neutral evil.
Really? Okay.
Not evil. Like, if it's a 5x5 alignment chart, you'd be more on the impure side of like
So
in
evil.
between.
So not evil, just like
Evil.
Like evil, but closer to neutral than evil.
Yes.
But evil.
Self-centered.
Neutral good.
okay. Can you sit down, please?
Okay. Just the occasional little.
No. She wanted to come today because she likes hearing your stories,
Yeah.
and also just playing on her computer. So that's why she came.
And
Oh,
also-
Meadow, you weren't here. I didn't think you or Jackie were going to be here, but she brought this because this was Adela's second stuffy that wasn't an axolotl. So before we get fully going, and while I'm still distracted,
Be careful
So,
with
put your
it
hands
because
down.
the felt's kind of wearing thin,
So,
Oh yeah.
and so the stuffing is almost coming
so that's
out.
only her second dragon. What's kind of cool is set it on your shoulder. She weighted it so that it will sit. Yeah, so it's a
weighted.
snake. So that is
Oh,
supposed
it's
to.
a snake.
It's
Oh,
a snake head that actually thinks. It's not just looking like that. But if you set it on your shoulder, it had that weight kind of makes it balance really nicely, and I was kind of impressed.
so cute.
That's so cute.
Yeah, so that's her second one that wasn't an axolotl.
Wait, can I snuggle with it?
Yes, it's yours. But yeah, so she brought that thinking you and Jackie would be here, and I forgot for a moment that neither of you would when I told her. But so it worked out. Okay, so Radiant Citadel. One as so give me just to get me started. In coming to the Radiant Citadel, you said you're just kind of looking to explore and just is it kind of like discover some things?
I'm just here to learn new stuff.
Okay.
What
Yes.
it is, don't know yet. That's for me to find out.
You're like, I heard this place was weird. It's knowledge-wise, okay?
Yep.
And I understand if this gives away some of kind of what might happen in character, but what's your main drive? First thing.
Well, Bungo fell in through a portal and
Right.
has been kind of stuck in it here, so he's just been doing odd jobs and not quite figuring out a way to get back. But he's just kind of hanging out. He's chilling. He thinks it's pretty cool here.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, he's
And,
not rushed to get home.
Okay. And then Garen, what what's kind of your focus?
I don't know what he wants exactly yet. I'm trying to figure that out. Like, I could see him wanting to find Inverse to give him like a status update on what's been going on while he's been gone.
Mm-hmm.
But if he doesn't find him for a while, he's probably just gonna hang out here, try to get a sense of what the place is like, how it works.
Okay. The croissant. The girls loved them, so I brought them, and then anything that you guys don't eat tonight, I'm gonna take home because they've been digging the croissants.
Does Costco have good croissants?
They really are.
Why do you know that?
Okay, when I used to eat them, get them, and we put them in an air fryer. It'd be so good.
Ooh,
That sounds
we should try that.
absolutely
Yeah.
delicious.
What?
She said she put them in the air fryer. I did that with the blueberry muffins this last week.
Yeah, because it makes it upset all crisp, but it doesn't.
Really want to talk blueberry muffins.
I don't think it was okay. So what were you saying?
It's like the outside's all crunchy and the inside's still got that like juice.
Yeah.
I so wish I could.
If you really want to talk blueberry muffins, you gotta talk to Tech, one of the officers on campus.
Okay.
He will die for blueberry muffins. He will probably also kill for blueberry muffins.
You
don't
shouldn't
know.
say that about.
About the guys carrying weapons on campus.
Yeah.
You say people will kill him in blueberry muffins.
You don't know Tech with his blueberry muffins. He goes to the student center all the time.
I don't know. I don't talk to the police officers. I exchange like a hi, how are you doing? Goodbye.
But like the president's office, they'll come by with it. And it's specifically Costco blueberry muffins. Those are his favorites.
That is important to specify.
Yes.
Okay.
They'll come by with blueberry muffins all the time. They're just like, we have some muffins. And I'm like, Tech, they're here for you. He loves it.
Okay. So searching for knowledge, stumbling, but not necessarily stumbled in, not necessarily worried about finding home just yet. Not in a
he's
rush.
Yeah, he's doing odd jobs.
Okay, odd jobs. Okay. And getting a feel for the place and needing to check in with the Inverse when possible. Okay.
Which probably won't be for a while.
Who can say? Okay, so then we are going to have Bungo. We're going to open us up with some role play. One of the odd jobs you've worked here, you've gotten a couple kind of. What are your normal skills? Like, how do you usually go about this?
He likes fighting things.
Okay.
Yeah, he fights. He performs. Mostly fights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In this place, all fisticuffs would be highly sanctioned because it's a fairly orderly, like we take care of everybody, takes care of everybody else. So you've been so there have been times as you are kind of going about things that maybe someone's trying to grow. One thing that's odd about this place is its plant life. In fact, that's going to be how you met Floop. One of the things that's odd about because things grow differently here, basically they use the magic of this large crystal, and that is where kind of they transform it to sustain life. And so one of the weird things is sometimes when they're trying to sustain the plant life in the region, they'll get plants that become excessively aggressive. And so one of the where you met Floop was he. Are all these he's, or should I be genders? Do we need gendering?
No.
Just check.
Bungo's a dude.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. So Floop's studying some of this, possibly stumbled into an area where this is weird, and so that's where you met Bungo, Floop and Bungo. So Bungo's had to punch out a couple aggressive plants. Think Little Shop of Horrors style. But maybe smaller, like caught in advance before,
Plants versus zombie size.
Yeah. I like it.
Average Mandy plants.
The chompers.
I pointed at you when I said Floop, but I meant to point at you. But yes. With that, it is in one of these scenarios that as Yostis is exploring the city, that a plant actually leaps out of a window onto the street, and would Bungo jump out after? Would he?
Absolutely.
Okay.
He's immediately head back.
Okay.
He's gonna try and choke the plant.
So my starting scene that I see happening here
Mhm.
is that Justus is walking down the street and hears the shattering of paper. Not shattering of paper. The busting of paper because the shades are made of paper. There's not really rain here in the traditional sense, so you don't need element protection in that way. So bust through the paper windows and some wood framing as this medium-sized plant leaps out the window with its paws, with tentacle paws crawling across the street. Appendages, sure. And Bungo immediately falling and trying to land on him. So the opening shot is like plant, Bungo coming out the window but not there yet, and then I see Floof in the background like peeking out the window. What would Floof be saying as this happens?
Am I in the window where the plant came out of?
Yeah, because you were up there with the like it was some sort of experiment that he's supposed to be kind of keeping control of, and you're supposed to be kind of taking notes on.
And I'm like mid jump.
Yeah, you're like mid jump because we're gonna see how you land. Okay. All right, so let's have everybody roll initiative to see where this goes.
Sorry, I was playing the outside.
Literally, dang it, that was only a 10.
Nikita's working?
Yeah. What was it?
Oh.
Not KT, but KD. I think is gonna have her work over the summer, just like cleaning up and organizing everything.
Nice.
I got a 12.
I was very shocked.
Yeah, because I think Nikita's taking my job.
Oh,
Because I'm
yeah.
not working here. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
19 from myself.
What was it?
19.
What was it? Was that fast? I know they used to. They do that too?
Yeah.
I did a bunch of reconstructing and building and stuff and forgot that I left my initiative tracker, but that's fine. Okay. Plant dog is 17, for lack of a better term. So,
There's been such a there's a homebrew class that I've been wanting to play for so long, and it's Pokemon Trainer. And so you can catch the monsters that you fight and have them fight for you.
nice.
And man, if I would wanted to play it for so long. But I want to play a long-term campaign, or at least like not a one-shot, but like a shorter campaign or something, so I can actually catch and use the monsters.
The Bristol oriented stream that I watch had High Rollers did a Pixie Dex. It was his American side. But they were doing a kingdom management thing. They went into the Feywild and they were doing this Pixie Dex, like learning about different Fey, I guess, that you could have fight for you. Okay, who had 19? Okay.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, if you like high rollers, you should check out a Mystery Quest, because it's like the same people, the Yogscast who put on both.
Oh, okay.
But Mark Holmes sometimes appears on Mystery Quest.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll check it.
They
Okay.
they do shorter like stuff. It's not longer things.
Okay, so we've got Floop. What was yours?
12.
Okay, what was yours? Alright. And the streets aren't terribly populated right now, so you guys are the only ones within, 50, 100 feet in this particular moment. So
Don't have to worry about that.
yeah. Justice was 10. And Bungo was 12. All right, so Floop, as this plant crashes out, this tentacled creature that you had been playing with some arcane crystal energy stuff, and it was something that you're kind of an intern in this place, and so you were kind of given this as a starter experiment. Whether it went right or wrong, you actually don't know, because they just told you the first step and then they kind of let you go, or not let you go. You didn't get fired. Let you be. So, how do you start off this situation?
Alright, so I'm still in the window. plant dogs on the street.
I'm slow-mo jumping out the window.
You're in the process of jumping. Let's see what I can do. I don't have fireballs. I don't even have firebolts, actually.
As a wizard, you don't have fireballs?
I took toll of the debts.
Okay,
Nice.
that's fair.
Still, the man,
know-
you have to have fire. I think you have to.
I
It's
don't,
integral.
it's not integral.
I think it's integral. I don't. You can have both.
I
Totally
do
different.
shocking grasp, though.
I think it's a little derivative.
And mage hand.
All right, so what are we doing?
That was funny, except it made me think of calculus.
Yeah, that's the idea. That's it.
And
Was
that
math.
made me suffer.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
hate
I
calculus.
see what you mean.
I don't like calculus.
This was fun.
I agree.
Yeah.
We can talk about this another. We can talk about this another time.
Like, how do people exist?
I-
Actually, there were people who
I'm an
existed.
English professor who likes calculus. What do you make of that?
I don't know what to make of that.
Math is a language. If you
Yeah,
treat it, anyways,
This is very true.
His name was Mr. English.
Really?
that's fun in a whole different way. That's cool. All right.
I know what I'm going to do.
Floop.
I'm going to cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp.
Okay. As the plant hits the ground,
Is the plant in the air or is it
the
up?
plant has hit the ground. Bungo is following after, mid-air.
Does it look like he's going to land on the plant?
Make a. This would be intelligence based. Make an investigation check just because it's intelligence based. Because you're doing trig basically.
16.
Okay. Roll a dexterity check. Or,
20. Dirty
Okay.
20.
it looks like he's definitely on track to get some solid foot whopping or something.
Immediately going to roll.
The
them,
arc-
Jumping out.
The arc
choking
is
the
the arc
plant.
is very well planned. Yes.
Funnily enough, I take physics 101 this year.
Oh, sweet.
I
I also like physics. I'm sorry.
love physics.
I hate
did-
physics.
I got only A. I got in high school, which is bad, but
I love all the other sciences. Like,
Physics, it depends on the teacher.
it does.
it very much does. I've
Alright,
had
so-
terrible physics teachers.
A medium-sized hand is going to come up from the ground
Okay.
and attempt to basically just grab plant dog.
Okay. I've got like a Geodude image of like grabbing a Bulbasaur. But yeah, okay. What's the spell language for what or what I need to roll or whatever?
A strength saving throw.
Okay, so it's kind of basically a big grapple.
Yep.
All right. That's a 2. Plus whatever bonus, it doesn't matter.
Good. It is going to take 2 d6 bludgeoning.
I have
6. And it is restrained.
Okay. Let's see.
If you want to break out, you must redo the strength check.
And how many damage did it take?
6 bludgeoning.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, you grappled up?
I did.
I was gonna grapple up. I can grapple it too.
That happened in one of my campaigns once. I had Kuotoa, one threw a net, the other used his pincho staff. And so the person was double restrained.
See, what we do in one of my campaigns is our barbarian attaches a bunch of bear traps to himself and then goes and hugs people, so it's like 5 different grapples in one. Yeah.
Group hug.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, our party name is the Bear Trap Brigade.
The bear trap brigade.
Yeah.
I love that.
YouTube.
Okay. So with that, so is that's your action?
That's my action, and I will. What story are we on? First story?
You're about 20 feet up,
20 feet up. Okay. I will.
basically lobby height and then floor. And you came out the window middle, so
All right. So I will then jump out the window myself,
Mhm.
and yes, fly.
fly.
How far away from the window, or from the building, I guess, is the plant creature?
10 feet.
Okay, then I will fly 20 feet away from the building, so I'm 10 feet ahead of it.
Okay.
15 feet ahead of it.
In the air though?
No, I'll land on the ground.
What's your fly speed?
Trigonometry moment. Or just Pythagorean theorem at this point.
Yes, that's okay. That's close. It's probably 33 or 35. But yeah. Cool. Awesome. Okay, so that's your movement. No bonus actions.
Nope. I don't have anything to do.
Cool, cool. So Floop, that's up. Then the plant dog will. You said it has to repeat the grapple to get out. Right.
Yes.
Strength save. That might be. What's my DC again?
It's 14.
All right. So roll the 17 on that. So
Reroll it.
your face re-rolls it. Why?
Silver barbs.
Not silvery barbs,
what?
actually. My arcane tradition feature.
Okay.
After I know the success or fail of the roll, I can force a creature to re-roll it as my reaction, and they must use the new roll range.
Nat 20. But I did want to hear the ability and let you have your moment. Okay, that's all. That was good. So even so, at first it seems like it's going to struggle a little bit, but then
It is an action to break out.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Just curious.
So this creature basically looks like it's going to do a like 360 spin and uses the pressure of its kind of the swing of its tentacles the same way a spinning brush might to knock back the rock that has it grappled, pressing outward with its vined appendages. And in doing so, does that just end that ends the spell? Causes.
No. Its concentration still up. And I can use the hand again on it.
All right, so pushes the
Concentration for a minute.
pushes the fingers of the hand back enough to where it can escape.
As an action, you can cause the hand to reach for you.
That's awesome.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I might
Billy's
use
hand
that
is really
more
good.
often.
I love
No,
it.
it is one of the best.
It's like a weaker version of Bigby's hand, basically.
And Bigby's hand is also one of my favorites.
I'm gonna make
Yeah, I always use that before I get Bigby's hand. Yeah. I always just reflavor
Baby
his-
Bigby's hand.
It just looks like
Because
a
actually,
Baby-
It's basically
Max,
Bigby.
Maximilian's Earthly Grasp actually saw it in the honor.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like noticing every single reference in my head.
Yeah, no, you could tell what they were rolling as well.
They
And you can.
Okay, so as it thrashes its vined appendages out to press the fingers of this hand out, it will slide out from the hand using a bit of movement and lash out at the thing nearest it. As it hits the ground, you're above. And this is where Yastus gets pulled in because you're currently the closest creature to it because it landed right in front of you, strategically, conveniently, accidentally.
remember how to use it to action to break out.
Yes, so it has an action, a bite attack. Somehow, I'm going to work that out in a minute, and then it has a bonus action vine whip that it can use. So it's. Now, it doesn't look like a Bulbasaur. It looks like a mass. Like the thing I'm picturing is almost like the little intellect devourer, but made of plants. Right? Those are the little ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little brains with legs.
Yeah, it looks like that, but made of vines and plants and stuff. So yeah, it's not wrong. With sharp, and maybe because you guys said silver barbs, I picture like thorns sticking out. But anyways, yeah. So yes, this unfortunately that means that as this happens, a whip kind of flies out. This vine flies out and whips at you. So what's your AC?
16.
All right, that is a 16 to hit. And real quick, just so I know so I calibrate correctly before I adjust these the stats on this thing. How many total hit points do you guys have?
28.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna make an adjustment. I felt like this was a little high. So
30. Wait,
Oh wow.
technically we have 30. You're a fighter.
level 4.
Yeah, fighter works. I don't know. I have 30. Says 30.
Oh, I was doing the math for a level 3 character. That's why.
I know. I forgot to.
So make sure we're level 4.
I forgot to take an ASI. So I'm doing that right now.
All right.
Cool. So this thing does 1d6 plus 4 slashing.
36.
And you take 9 points damage.
Oh shit.
Good evening, sir.
Okay.
Feed snack there. Yeah, you take 9 damage as this whip grabs you. If it targets a creature, that creature is grappled, takes a DC 14 to ungrapple. So let's have you make a strength or dexterity save. DC 14.
And that's a 15.
Okay, so the whip you feel it try and wrap around your upper thigh, and you kind of manage to just barely yank away, and it can't quite get that last coil and pulls back. Cool. And now we're up to Bungo. What?
So they hiss at it.
And you hiss it? Okay. So Bungo, your dex says that you...
20.
Yeah,
Hit the
so-
ground, rolling, and immediately sprinting towards the guy.
Would you have wanted to land on it?
Absolutely.
Because you had a nat 20, and I'll say that that's doable.
Yeah, I'll land on it.
Okay.
And
So roll 2d6 for falling damage, but you're going to each take half. It's going to soften your fall by taking half of the damage.
uh, 7.
So you take 3, it's going to take 4.
Oh.
They are gloves.
So wait,
All right.
do I just put these back?
Okay, so that happens before anything else. Now you get your actual turn back.
So
I don't know the other thing.
traps traps were.
No, I'm just gonna start. How big is it? Like, am I like riding it kind of?
So it's a medium-sized creature. It's basically barely a medium-sized creature. So it's.
I think mastiffs are size medium.
I was thinking it's like a large mastiff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my sword and just start slashing at him.
Its vines just reach 10 feet.
Actually, can I attempt to cut the vines that are grappling him?
I'm not grappled.
Didn't get grabbed.
Oh, you did get grapple?
No,
Oh, okay.
saved.
You saved from it? Okay, never mind that. I'm just gonna start cutting at him.
Okay.
Let's see, great sword attack. Does a 18 hit?
It should. Yes.
Awesome. And then where's my? Sorry, I just need to reread something. Okay. You said I hit it?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. And I get to read the dice. So that is 6 plus 5, 11 plus 3, 14 damage
And that's with what again?
with my great sword.
Ooh, okay. So slicing through multiple tentacles and reaching its core, you deal some massive damage, and you can. It's like a bunch of wires that just, the tension pulls on them as your knife goes. There's your large blade goes through.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to give my Bardic Inspiration to Graydon.
What does that look like for your new character?
I just whistle like a little tune.
What do you got?
I can't whistle.
High pitch or low pitch?
Very high pitch. He has like a very deep voice, but he whistles and sings very high pitched.
Very cool.
I'm imagining the target whistle from Darkest Dungeons that Headmaster has, where he just like points at a target and whistles, and it marks the target.
I haven't played Darkest.
It's much sadder.
Or like Yondu. Cool.
Yeah,
Oh
kinda.
yeah, that's better.
Okay. So with a whiffle,
Whistle. And I just flex my muscles and then.
and that was for who?
Graydon.
Do you have a D6? Or Grady, grab a D6 for your D6 or D8 at this
D6.
level? D6, yeah. So you get a D6 for inspiration.
What kind of
For flip.
Or do you want to get
Ability check, attack roll, saving throw.
Okay.
And you can see the roll, but
Not no.
not know the outcome yet.
Okay. So as long as it's before yes or no has been given. Okay. Cool. All right, cool. Is that your turn?
Yes.
All right, Yastis. You have been thigh-whipped.
Am I within 5 feet of it?
Yes.
Gosh, diddly dang it.
Are we playing?
I'm going to take the disengage action. I have no melee weapons.
Okay.
And
about 100 would normally do it.
I'm playing Earth Stack.
That's what I said.
yeah, everyone hates me for
It's
it.
unique. I don't hate you for it.
Darn you out.
I'm interested to see what you do with it.
Okay.
I'm more excited than anything.
And I'm going to say, you, warm-blooded human, distract it while I escape. And I'm going to move back 30 feet.
Very well, citizen. I'm like putting it in a chokehold. You get out of here. I'll save you.
Very well, cold-blooded citizen.
I,
And I'm going to stop after the 30 feet mark, realize he might need some help, and draw back my bow and be ready next turn.
Okay. You will as you move back, you disengage. Okay. Cool. I got you. Got it. Awesome. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And that was. Oh, okay. So, then we're back up to Flute. Your experiment is going awry. Is escaping the left.
Okay. Yeah, he broke free. But now I'm just gonna
on a scale from goofy
go from the top,
silly
kind of just
criminal.
grab him that way.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
depends on how high you.
Strength save.
With the I was like not with the wing, and you meant with the big
With
grappling
my
thing.
big soily hand.
Your hand is soiled. What's the is it 15, 14? What was it? 14. So 12 plus dex should be 14 actually. So mine's saved. Yeah.
Reroll. Like
That one. Roll a d4.
Okay.
As your earthen hand comes to grapple it, it tries to, with the cause of the reroll, it's flailing about and actually throws itself into the hand. How many would you say you rolled?
4. The damage?
Yeah.
Oh, 9 I just rolled.
Or no, I'm hold on.
D4.
Oh, 3.
Okay, so it's going to take 3 damage from trying to escape, but you're saying the hand does like grasping damage as well?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's fine. That goes with that one. So 12 total.
Yes. 12 total.
Awesome. Cool.
And I'm going to take just one more 5-foot step back.
What does that put you at right now?
20?
20.
Okay.
20 feet away.
Awesome sauce. But it's grappled now, right?
It is once again restrained. Yes.
Restrained. Okay. Restrained means causes disadvantage when attacking, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And advantage on attack rolls against it.
But it's not smart. So it's not gonna try and escape this time. It's just going to thrash about trying to attack. In this case, you, because you're right on top of it now. So with disadvantage, it's going to try and do its bite, which feels like basically like those vines that you just cut, kind of shift inside this mass of vines, and they turn pointed and go and try and like get you with like 8 different barbs at once. Pointy things. So that's how this creature's bite works. With disadvantage though, that's 5 plus 5 is 10.
that does not hit. I was about to say I would have used my lucky feat to make you reroll. I took lucky.
So it's almost like this. It's one of those like gnashing moments where it's like it knows you're up there and you can watch that place that you sliced with your greatsword goes, and it's just not like this bear trap closing over and over again made of vines towards you, but you're like maybe get out of there. Cool. And then its bonus action to Vine Whip will also be with disadvantage, and it's going to reach out for you again, trying to actually pull you to it, but did not fight again.
That's good.
All right, so both of those. So these vines kind of flail about and get stuck or wrapped around like a finger of the earthen hand, and don't quite get you. And that would be Bungo's turn.
All right. Guess what Bunga's gonna do? Attack.
Chop salad.
I'm gonna choose to spend a luck point to reroll that.
Okay.
There we go. That's more like it. Does a 17 hit? It's a liquid core.
17 does hit.
17 does hit?
Yep.
Alright. Let's see. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 damage.
Okay.
Is it looking injured? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much life does it have left in it?
Oh.
Can I tell?
Yes. Hold on, I forgot something a moment ago. At the start of its last turn, it regenerated 5 hit points, but it also took, you said 11 again, right? I just wanted to make sure I don't lose track of that. It looks pretty ragged, like the slices you've put in it are making it's like the cohesion of the vines isn't staying together, like they can't pull like they're supposed to, and it's like when a knot loosens.
Okay, cool. I'm going to use Action Surge to attack again.
Okay.
Does a 16 plus 5 hit?
Yeah.
Um,
Made me do math. I didn't need to do math.
let's see. 5, 6, 9, 12 damage. This is all slashing damage, by the way.
So both with the great sword, right?
Yes.
Okay. So talk me through, like, you're on top of this thing almost like broncoing it, but with a pony size or whatever. So how are you like moving this
I'm
great
like
sword?
sawing it.
Okay. Like,
I'm getting it right below its neck. I'm sawing upwards.
okay.
What happens when you finally cut it? Just gonna go.
That's the question.
Bogo has his helmet on. We'll
Okay.
just and then I'm going to not give bardic inspiration to anyone. I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay.
Should I? Bonus ones?
It's the nice
Yeah, that's
little
my turn.
olive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then Justice is up.
All right, Hemocraft. What's it called? Right of the Frozen. So I'm
Okay.
gonna take a D4 and take 2 damage, but now my arrows are ice arrows.
Okay. You're taking 2 damage.
Yes.
Using Hemocraft,
Yes.
or you use your blood to create
Yeah.
to basically cast a spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now my arrows are ice arrows,
Okay.
and I'm gonna shoot it.
To protect.
14 plus 8. I'm gonna guess that hits.
Yes. Yes. Correct.
Darn it. I knew I should have taken the piercer. That's 5 piercing and 3 cold.
Okay. 5 piercing, 3 cold, 8 damage total. Make a Constitution saving throw. As some of these vines turn to ice, and you're all grappled. You're all up.
10.
Okay. Just barely. Yeah.
Okay.
Single digits would have meant some cold damage or something. Yeah. Instead, you're just like, I don't know. If you were warm, that's like, oh, that's refreshing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like having an ice cube on your hand.
Yeah. No, it is quite nice.
What's the climate like in the Radiance still?
It's actually it's not it's definitely not humid.
I was gonna say.
It's not it's kind of a cooler temperate. Almost like if you think of how England's often depicted, but without all the rain.
Wow, that sounds beautiful.
So it's like
that sounds amazing.
it's like it's got the gray of the ethereal.
Perfect.
Though in the Radiant Citadel, because of the nature of the crystal, it has almost like an aurora borealis sky.
I want to live here. This sounds like the perfect place to live. Everyone supports each other. Nice weather. Aurora borealis year round.
It ain't bad. It ain't bad. Yeah. Okay. So that was Justice. Is that all you got?
That is unfortunate.
It was pretty solid.
I have a blood curse, but it doesn't have blood, so I can't really do it.
Valid points. It has cellulose tubies. Anyways. I'm sorry. I can't remember what the flu is actually called. It doesn't matter. It's Floop's turn.
There's no chloroplast, so the things in the cells that make the photosynthesis.
Yeah.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, I don't remember. I used to be a biomaker. I don't remember.
Come on.
I think the girls are due for some biology this summer, so I'll probably.
Yeah, I used to be forestry.
As you want.
I do this forestry.
Oh, I mean,
Trees and flowers and chirping birds.
Yeah.
What you got? Floop, you're up.
I'm going to use the hand.
Do.
Right now it's still restrained,
Yep.
and I'm just going to use the hand to crush. It'll make another strength saving throw.
Okay, to not be crushed.
Not to not be crushed. It's just for the damage. It'll still receive half. Succeeds.
That's a 9.
It will fail and take a grand total of 2 bludgeoning damage because I rolled 2 ones.
Cool.
And that will be my turn.
It regains 5 hit points at the beginning of its turn. Oh, no, just kidding. It does not. Okay. Sensing its demise is imminent, it will try and break out. And got a nat 1. Anybody want to have it reroll?
Yeah, I'll have no.
Yeah, I got silvery barbs.
All right. So that was a wasted action. Cool. It will try and vine whip itself. Actually, yeah, it's going to try and vine whip itself out as it, but to no avail. Let's see if the attack makes it though. 13 plus 5.
I roll. Okay, I'm gonna luck. You have to reroll it.
I love this party. This party is amazing.
All right.
I have so much.
Actually, this is kind of fun. Double 13s.
Oh.
So that
okay,
means
yeah,
18,
that
13, 13, 13 were my
And
rolls.
the first
there.
time I did it, he ended up rolling a nat 20 instead. So.
Yeah.
This is one of those instances like where it's like clearly it was meant to be
Oh,
a
no.
13.
Yeah.
Right.
For a second, I thought the nat 20 was for an attack, and I'm like, oh shit, you should have done a crit for that, but it was for a saving throw.
Yeah.
By the way, when I use my ability, it must use the new roll, not the lowest or highest.
Cool.
So I have to use the new one. So, yeah, say an attack, I try to reroll it, and he ends up getting a crit instead.
Cool.
Ouch.
This is space magic or time magic?
Time.
So you just put us in the worst timeline.
And I will say it actually didn't heal either time, because it has to be in connection to. It has to be in a place where there are plants, and right now it's in a street that has no plants, as opposed to a street that has no names.
Oh.
They don't have, like,
Sorry, I was going with
I
the
thought it
song.
was my cold damage that stopped it from regenerating. I did something.
No, that would have been cool too.
There's no, like,
Isn't my muscling arms grappled around its neck? I'm pretty sure that's what's making
It's a team effort. That's what's
Yeah.
happening.
there's no weeds
Um,
coming up through the cracks.
Oh, I need to roll the damage though. 1d6 on the vine whip, plus 4, so you get 10 damage. Oh,
Ooh.
I did a 6 plus 4. Last one was a 5 plus 4, which isn't bad. DC 14 to be grappled or not.
Oh,
So, Dex or strength save.
saving throw?
Uh,
Or is it a check?
oh gosh, whatever it is for grappling is the kind of save.
Grappling's a check, right?
You have to look it up. This
I think
should
it's a strength or acrobatics check.
Yeah.
And then
strength-
athletics on the part of the.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry. Just do your normal check. I apologize for not having
Yeah,
it first.
that's fine.
Actually, I realized how long it's been since I've run a game now.
Oh, 11?
Oh no, that's below 14. So you are grappled. So it is being grappled by this earthen hand,
And it's
and then
grappled
its
like-
vines have come up between the fingers to as it hips to like wrap around. We'll say your sword.
Okay.
Yeah, or one of your things there.
Not to worry. I've got it in the ropes.
I think the ropes got you.
No, barely a setback.
Yeah.
It's intended to be set.
Alright.
That's its turn. So Bungo is up.
Alright, he's gonna attempt to get out of the thing
I feel like I've heard that.
with an athletics check. Does a 30-20 get me out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you shake it all.
Alright. Oh, rip off my glistening biceps. Those are words. And
Those are words.
he flexes a little bit and gives you bardic inspiration.
Very cool.
Whatever you want.
Is my bardic inspiration go away?
After 10 minutes. So
10 minutes.
yeah.
Okay.
So you also get bardic inspiration now.
Yeah. I can
And
do bardic
from-
inspiration.
yeah.
You do bardic- everyone gets bardic inspiration.
Yeah, from my and then that's my turn.
You use your gleaming biceps to give him inspiration.
Yeah.
There's just something about looking at the way your muscles ripple. It just
Exactly.
made me feel like I could do this too.
Yeah, he's wearing like full armor except for his like arm.
My muscle shows are a form of artwork.
Exactly.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Okay. So that's your turn.
Yes.
Yostis is up.
Alright. right.
Like the little gun show I put on.
Never seen the main show. All right, another longbow shot. Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, okay.
What's 6 plus 8?
14.
24 then.
Awesome. Yeah. So that weaves between the fingers of the earthen hand that have this creature grappled, and misses the ankles of its rider.
You're welcome. That is 8 piercing and 3 cold.
All right. It has 2 hit points left. So
Go to use it. And the roll does not succeed. Do we keep it or no?
It disappears.
Okay.
So what does it look like as you finish this thing off with your particular abilities?
So the ice just like goes through the cells of the plant, causing it to like. What does frost do to plants? Does it make it wither?
Yeah.
Makes them brittle.
It makes it, or like if you think of it as like a flash freezing kind of thing, like since it's basically fluid that moves the sugars up and down the plant things. So if you freeze all that, suddenly its whole digestion tract, for lack of a better term, becomes locked.
So yeah, as like the ice aura on the arrow hits it, it starts to freeze it, and then the arrow impacts it, and it makes it shatter.
Nice. Cool. That combines with the arcane energy that is released from this creature as it shatters. It hits 0 hit points, and that triggers a release that causes the vines and brambles to spray out, and anything within 10 feet takes damage unless they make a dex saving throw.
Oh, and you make a dex save?
Yeah.
You got this.
And
I don't have any
be a
buffs for
14
you.
as well.
But you got this.
16?
Okay, so you take half damage
Ooh.
on
Dude, I bet you're just
2d6.
playing the rogue right now.
Oh,
I have a second wind.
so half of 6 damage. So 3 damage. 3 damage as this thing kind of and sends these thorns of shrapnel in all directions. Grenade stuff.
I'm gonna say this explosion of thorns is going to dispel my burning.
Okay, cool. And then what does it look like as your thing like dissipates? Is it now just, or does it like sink back in? Cool.
Yeah, it just the magic withers, and then the hand just pile of sand.
Okay, so we've got a pile of dirt and a pile of organic material. All right, basically mulch.
Awesome. I'm gonna
Fought
use
well.
my arcane recovery.
Too busy. I'm too much in the fight to pay attention.
Well, that was unexpected.
Thank you for giving something interesting on my day. Quite monotonous.
Thanks for making this day.
And then you finish.
Thanks for preventing this day from getting a whole lot more interesting.
That's fair. But
Or was the thing dead?
Damn.
Oh,
Well, it exploded
that's
as a.
what flagged.
That was it. Out of yeah. You guys took out like 70 hit points worth of stuff there.
Oh, no.
That was nice.
Make their arrows frosty.
well, it's a simple matter of hemocraft.
Yes.
My mentor Serpens Mickey taught me everything I know about
It's the canon.
It's official.
My mentor, Mr.
Yes.
Mr. Who.
Was he a doctor? No, sorry. I don't have any
Actually, that'd be
NPCs.
even better.
I don't have any NPCs. I can't say.
I should have done that.
Actually, in this facility, it would, it makes sense that there would be a doctor.
Well, I'm not from here, but
Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on. Sorry, go ahead.
But
Oh my god. No problem. Can you
so the way hemocraft works, basically energy and all.
You are worse.
And I just learned to tap into that.
I'm very, very.
But how does magic? Like how did your wizardy stuff? Do your wizardy stuff.
so there is this thing called the weave is pure raw untapped. And what we do is we learn how to access and channel that magic.
And it makes bigger.
Yes. So I use the magic to, for instance, weave together the dirt into what
Yes.
it is truly fascinating.
I knew a guy who did potions, but it's nothing near as impressive as that.
The potions is a secret.
Oh.
He was very scientific. I'm trying to find it. Do you know a very eccentric fellow, always wears a plague mask, very secretive, very weird.
Well, I was gonna say it could be you until you added secretive. But
Roll a history check.
myself,
Because you asked if you knew a guy.
16.
So you would have had to have been in the Radiant Citadel more than a week.
I'd say so.
Okay. And you remember you were walking by some of the airship docks, and you saw a dude in a plague mask repairing an airship. He seemed to be fiddling with some tubes, and you thought it was a little intriguing, because it was one of those things where it seemed like he should be using magic, but for some reason it wasn't magic. It was when you were realizing he was using a bunch of tools and stuff to accomplish what you would prefer to play with the weave with, you kind of left. It was less interesting, unless you don't like that caricaturization of you.
I'll read it.
So these are going to count.
That's probably in the
That's what
Yeah.
He's so later I'll check out the ship docks and see if I can find it.
Yeah, that's around there. Maybe somebody who regularly works there will know more than just a passerby.
That's understandable.
But what was your name?
Fungo.
Bungo.
He's currently standing on top of the body, like hair in the wind.
Is that including?
Bungo. Come on, man. We gotta clean up.
He
our
took the
mess.
helmet off.
Bungo, come on, man. We gotta clean up our mess. Get it off the street.
He grabs him, tosses him. I got it. Don't worry.
So
Thank you, Bungo.
there's like one like half log of woven vines left. Everything else is kind of mulchified
Yeah.
because it's shattered. But yeah, you've got like this like
I've got-
18-inch
yeah.
log woven log trophy.
Yeah, I have it on my back.
I will. No, I don't want to take your 10 minutes trying to.
So the door to the facility you guys were working in opens, and you see a thin hippogriff woman, who you know is one of the people who hired you, and she comes out. Oh my God, you did it! I thought this would be the result, but I don't know. I didn't even know you could do that. Wow, like. This is exactly what we needed. We needed something to grow more in. And I love what you brought. It looks like you brought it out of the ground and you created some earth where there wasn't earth before. And then you got this is amazing. We're going to be able to use this stuff to grow more. That's great. Successful experiment. Well done. For the record, a hippogriff, or did I say, what did
You
I
said
say?
hippogriff.
That's not what I meant. I meant a gift. I'm sorry, but I already said it's a little bit hippogriff.
I'm in my head, I'm going like, I don't know this race, and then I'm like,
I meant gift like the, So to fix to keep it within what I actually said, it is closer to an Aarakocra. I meant a gift like a hippo person, but a thin one. But that's fine.
you want to know something very fun about GIF? Their entire race, their entire species is divided in two simply over the pronunciation of their name, whether it is GIF or GIF.
It's good.
It's GIF.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah, I am playing
I just think it's funny.
in my friend's
Wait, how's it spelled?
GI.
Okay. We are saying that it is an Aarakocra that looks not unlike Buckbeak if it were a woman in because that was a fail on my part, but still, we're working with it. And you know that this is Dolores.
Dolores. Yeah, Dolores, the hand was me that used magic. But the plan, however, was
Right, the experiment, you got the plant to come to life, that's fine. And when it exploded, I don't even know how you got this whole blend of things, but I love it.
magic.
Just to let you know, I would have to.
Is this working for you?
Sounds like you did my food chance.
That's kind of that's exactly it. Yes. Yes. Just wait. I didn't want to go full nasal and like own it. I kept it lower tone.
Yes, so half that's just me using magic. But the plant creature, yeah, if you call it a success, great. I just kept mixing things in with it. And I like mostly remember what I did.
Well, it's all experimentation, darling. All experimentation. Can you scoop this up and shovel it back up into the plate in the room?
Of course, my lady.
Thanks.
Yes.
Have a gold piece, and there's an extra. So usually,
Yeah.
you also know you're going to get 10 gold at the end of the.
We talked about this, the DSM-5 knowledge or knowledge of the.
It lowered, average.
So it's just
But you roll big.
It just depends if you're.
Yeah, that.
Inattentive or it's inattentive.
I was messing
Or-
up with explaining one, and I was like, this was a simple question. It was just-
Yeah.
It's,
See, I've got the hyperactive version, so if you need a model for what that looks
I
like,
got the inattentive.
I have the inattentive.
and so that's where you internalize, which usually means you're a little more spacey and more likely to internalize rather than hyper.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it hasn't worked for me in IRL yet.
You'll
Yeah.
get there.
I'll get there.
How do we get there?
No, nothing.
Well,
Bill has to figure that out, Greg.
no, I meant like how did we get to like
Oh,
referencing the DSM?
He's trying to be an ass.
He just turned you an ass.
Yeah, he just turned to me and was like, which one's the one? There's an ADV or ADHD? I'm like, no, they're over.
People use them interchangeably these days, but ADD is technically it. Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
ADD is the non-hyperactive one, so it's the inattentive one.
And it's hard to have a conversation about why you love D&D while talking about your ADHD. Just yeah, ADHD and D&D.
I don't know what
ADHD
is.
indeed.
I don't know what ADHD is. My doctor tells me I got 80 of just
That's so great.
my favorite.
Oh man, that's solid.
So cheesy.
My version of that is there's a text conversation, and then the one person says, "Oh, thank you so much, TSYM." There's autism. How did you know I'm autistic?
With that,
Yeah.
Dolores will. All right, on to the next experiment, you guys. Bye. She turns around and walks back in.
Yeah, can you just put that back on the table?
Of course, yeah, totally.
Dissect this thing.
It's literally like a pile of dirt
It's
and
a pile
shred.
of
Like he has the only big chunk that was like 18 inches of vines woven together.
Like one of those snow shovels. I picked up the parts of it.
Do you have like a floating disc we could put all this stuff on?
Sure, totally.
Yeah, okay.
That would be easier for you.
Might be.
Literally take. Wait, can those can levitate, right? Like 5 feet of.
The tensor is floating disk. Is that what it is?
Does it? Can it
3
levitate?
feet above the ground, 3 feet in diameter, up to 500 pounds.
Yeah, I don't think it lifts though. I don't think it levitates.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 feet above the ground.
Right, but it can't go 20. I was thinking you
No,
could lift it.
But I
up
can
to-
bring it like
yeah,
up
yeah.
the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I will ritual test that as to not waste a spell slot.
10 minutes later.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just kind of shoveling the stuff onto the disc, I guess.
Yeah.
And we'll just kind of push it up in there. And
I'll watch them do all this work.
Do you follow it? Do you continue making conversation with them as they kind of do this thing? Once they start moving it up, like do you follow them into the building?
I continue asking questions about if they're up to capable of doing.
yeah, so I study a specific path of magic. that specifies a time. I'm still very early in the studies because it's
Sounds experimental, yes.
I wouldn't say experimental really. I mean, people have been studying for a while. It's just not easy. Yeah, you gotta put in the time. I'm not intended.
What would you say your time magic's weakness in combat? Just hypothetically.
Weaknesses in combat. I don't know.
What an odd question to ask someone.
Making
What are
insight
your
check.
biggest weaknesses?
18.
Do you want me to roll deception?
Oh.
Sure. If you need to deceive it or put, I'll let you decide whether it's persuasion or deception.
There's a part of him that is genuinely interested in magic,
matches,
but he also is very curious if a fight were to break out between our characters, how would he do it?
And so, how does he display that in like body language
He is
or tone of voice?
very rigid. He's looking with a very calculated expression, assessing everything about you, your wingspan, what items you're carrying on you. There's everything about you.
I'm
And how
nothing
to-
but a stick.
How about stick?
I'm holding the stick. I'm holding the stick. I got a book and a pouch.
He notices all that.
How tall are you, Alan? Like, are you baby tiny Alan?
No,
or like
I
medium
like
sized
it
Alan?
inside. So I'll say I'm like, I don't know, 5'5". I don't like short characters actually.
I have a friend who loves playing short characters.
They're
He
so
plays
fun.
nothing but goblins and kobolds and everything like that.
Okay.
I play a mix.
It's either I'm playing like a human or a short character, or a little like kobold or goblin.
I'm playing a human,
And then
or
the
rarely not a human.
yeah.
I'm playing. Oh wait.
I play a large variety of stuff, but I always choose my class first.
It's the
and
what
then
if
pick my
God
brain.
was one of us versions.
That makes sense.
Except for this time. This time I chose Alan first. But
Just a plant dog on the bus. The official title of this creature was a Sylvan Hound.
interest.
Just for fun. All right, so you guys have done that thing. So he's kind of following you guys up into past a couple doors that you know are locked as people behind them are doing their own experiments with their own guards, trying to find new ways to develop and grow food for the Radiant Citadel and its inhabitants. This was, yeah. So, and then you get back to the room that you two had been assigned.
Right, let's look at the top. Give me your
Also, thinking about it, with your high roll of insight, he knows a bit more about magic than he's like. Like, he's not completely oblivious. He was telling the truth when he said he never met a live wizard,
People that player gets one.
but he does know quite a bit.
Okay.
Plus 6.
I'm actually.
I will say, I have passive insight on my character sheet, and that's 15.
It's not bad. Cool. I'll keep that in mind.
I don't know about any weaknesses. I mean, it's magic, pretty cool. I can only use a certain amount of magic before I get a little tapped out.
From your from my hand. Yeah.
Thank you.
Orange and green.
Yeah, no problem. You know what? I can't just that. I can things out all the time.
So the three of you return to this room where the experiment started. The busted window is there. A few various arcane supplies are about, and you know that there's a supply room down the hall for other things. And you see that a scroll has been left on the table that the experiment had jumped off of and was previously empty. So it is the next experiment they want you to do, and it has a list of supplies.
You too.
And you know that actually, yeah, it's a list of supplies. Arcane components and whatnot.
Of course, now you need to discard down to 7.
Yep.
Oh. Oh.
Alright.
Oh, grab the bags. I have a thing of reusable grocery bags. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. They've got, they've got a couple like potato sack style things that you know, that you can grab.
Expose.
There's a few different. There's a few leftover spell components that weren't used. There are. There's basically the equivalent of a what is like an herbalist kit, a potions kit. Is that the same thing? There's a medicine kit, or there's basically one of each of the different kits that you can buy, like alchemy supplies and stuff like that.
It'd be hard to grab a whole thing of supplies. Is there any, like, brains lying around?
Not in this room. This yeah. You can make a perception check to see if there's anything klepto worthy.
I am not making a perception check. That's my worst thing.
Are there like Actually, yeah. Can I take a quick short rest before we head out to the store?
You guys want to hang out for an hour?
Yeah. So I assume he has to make notes on what we need to get and everything.
That's true, and he could like so you can start taking.
There.
Yeah.
Would you guys? I was gonna ask, would you prefer those or like the 3 flavor ones I got last time? And I just grabbed those because they're the first ones.
That's fine by me.
You're average.
Yeah.
So you know the protocol when you get a new spell is to check the stores, and if they're check the storage, the chemical storage or arcane supply storage, and anything not there, you have to go find. And then they reimburse you later. You have to fill out a form. It's all thing.
Okay.
Reclamation form. Or no, it's a never mind. Just move
Am I
on.
getting paid to research?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So you guys get oh gosh, what is it? Is it 2 gold a day? I think I said 10 gold actually earlier, but you might not have heard it. So she flipped you a gold coin, but they're giving you 10. You're getting 10 gold to get beaten up, and you're getting actually 5 gold to do the experience.
Okay. Shit. How many days has it been? How many days has it been?
We'll say that whatever your starting gold is incorporating this as part of that. Yeah. And it's not necessarily an everyday thing. So sometimes they have it. What?
I forgot to pick a background for my character.
You got dealt with.
Yeah, that's step.
Oh.
Okay. So you're taking a short rest. While he does that, are you going to check the supply closet?
Yep.
Okay. Or whatever. Okay. I'm just gonna make this easy on myself. You travel over to the supply closet, and this time you do see a GIF. Named, and you know this person's to be named Roz.
Roz.
Yeah.
Hey, Roz.
How's it going?
I upgraded a mutated plant thing.
Sounds beautiful. Gotta smell the flowers. Yeah. I said I'd make it easy on myself.
I just smell like punch, but whatever. Anyway, I'm here
Important stuff to grow. I've been favoring East Coast accents lately, I've realized. Either that or Texan. Anyways, moving on. The next person's going to be from Abu Dhabi. I'm just casting that one out as a vision statement. Sorry.
I need to get in that supply closet if you don't mind.
What you need.
Touch her coughing. Does she smoke
That
cigarettes?
actually works.
Yeah.
She smokes something.
Correct.
It'll take a bit for me to get these for you, but those last 2, I don't think I got those here. One moment, let me decipher the writing.
What languages are written in?
The usual. What languages do you know?
Gorbato, no comment.
Come on.
Roll a d4.
1.
All right, so the first one you said was Dwarven, with common characters blended in from time to time to add some pizzazz.
Okay.
They actually what it is they use a cipher, which is why it looks like Dwarven, but the common characters throw things off, and so it's a special code for some of the things.
Cool.
One day, I'm gonna safe with the code.
About time for
Secrets with law.
Okay, it looks like you might have to go down to that the trade disco. We need some. We're out of ethereal bloom petals and what's known as celestial sand. So the ethereal bloom petals grow in the gardens of the radiant citadel, and they're harvested a certain way. They absorb energy off the ground and have a soft radiant light.
Okay.
And then this other piece, the celestial sand, is found. Well, I guess you might. I don't know if they sell it, but you might have to travel a bit.
I think it might.
Usually, it's found in the paths and byways of the Citadel, but they actually have to crush it like crystals because they fall from this astral configuration in the sky. So the sand sparkles with tiny points of light, almost like a starry night.
You still get a
Oh yeah, that was like action.
That's a really good description of
Full
that.
action search.
Don't judge me.
Alright, I'll go find some. I'll try to find some extras. I'll store the supply cost too.
That'd be great. I think we got a couple of these here. Well, either that or, you know, John in down in room 4. Johnny down in room 4 has been using this stuff up like crazy. You know, you might be able to find some extra. I think for it, if you ask me.
Okay. Well, you really lay off smoking that pipe, man.
Well, it is what it is.
Man, your lungs.
I'll be back. Slowly moves, kind of
no. Show them as they are.
like Gif walk, slow steps toward a door behind her.
What?
Alright.
You're supposed to. Which
Alright,
ones?
cool. So I'll
You're
go
supposed to
back to
nod
the
or
room.
shake your head. Oh.
Alright. Look these flower petals. Ethereal flower petals.
Ethereal bloom petals.
What?
Celestial sand is what
What? You're hubris. What?
Which can be
So.
You have done that yourself.
Who's coming with me?
I have all the shopping bags. I have like 50 different shopping bags.
We're not going to need that many this time. You can probably take 2.
You can just sort through the ones I like the most.
Okay, what do they look like? Which ones do you like the most?
Ooh, definitely a trademarked Trader Smo's shopping bag and a Dries
He's so rich.
shopping bag.
He's burning money.
They have little like nice designs on it.
You fight with that $100 bill.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm just making world building
Yeah.
notes.
Dries, the famous Ethereal grocery store chain. And
Shirt for Dragmar the dwarf.
Yeah,
I'm gonna write that down. Hold on. Because I like
You
it.
forget.
Yeah. I mean, I could go look it up later. Dragmar the dwarf. His shop is in charge of that shop. Okay.
Is there like one of him at every single shop?
We'll have to
Because he's
discover
a
that.
chain store.
So I don't know that your character's ever been to Dries. I guess we'll
Oh,
find out.
yeah.
You could make. You know what? Make a history check. It's higher than 15. You've been to more than one Dries.
That is a 17.
Okay, make an insight check to see if you can tell whether it was the same or different dwarf.
5.
They all look the same to you.
Yeah, they do.
All dwarves are basically the same.
Wow.
He rolled a 5. It's okay. It was an insight check. All right, moving on. So, okay.
In character with my character.
Okay.
Oh no, it's different character. Actually, you ever make a character and they go a direction you never expected them to go?
Every time.
Okay, well, I'll explain later. 'Cause
Yes.
it's a later thing.
Okay, cool. So, you're prepared to shop. Okay, so how do you go about trying, or is your goal actual shopping?
I want to attempt to find some on my own first.
Okay.
Before having to resort to paying for them.
Okay, so you could make a survival check to see if you could. Which one are you aiming at first? The bloom petals or the celestial sand?
I saw some sand in the backyard. If
You know,
that might be
those
it.
we're actually going to find in crystal form. We got to crush them up in a second.
I'm good at smashing.
Exactly. But crystals first, because they said they can be found in like back alleys, kind of going off the wall.
No,
Yeah,
that's right.
let's go find that.
How's that?
So
Just gonna check
survival.
random alleys.
Yep.
So,
Well, I didn't know you were sure.
You're running into any trouble.
Works for me.
Okay.
So, yep.
Roll a percentile die for me, Gary.
14.
Okay. Roll yours.
28.
Okay.
Are they supposed to roll low?
Such a good question. You said a total of 14. Okay. So it doesn't take, you guys walk a little bit. It doesn't take long. And you do try and search as you, what did you say you were trying to look in? You said back alleys and stuff?
Yeah, because that's what Roz.
Yeah.
Roz. That's what Roz said they could be found.
Okay. So yeah, you have to go, it takes about 30 minutes searching down 2 or 3 different alleyways. And you realize that these are the crystal, like you remember, these are the crystals that basically grow the way mushrooms grow, or in a normal, in like a material plane situation. So they kind of sprout in the places that are more, that are slightly darker, and since it's not really wet, it's less a moisture
You
thing,
really do.
and it just is kind of anywhere there are shadows is where these things might sprout up almost like a mushroom would.
Okay.
And they do have a soft radiant glow to them, and so it takes a while to find an alley that hasn't been harvested, because and it's clear this alley's a little more worn down and used. So it seems to be behind a couple houses that are slightly more run down. There's a lot of stonework in the Radiant Citadel, and this stonework seems to be crumbling, and the shutters are definitely older wood. One of them is half hanging off of only one hinge.
I'm going to take a peek inside real quick. Just
Do a perception check.
15.
With 15, as you go to peek inside, you realize that behind the shutter, like the reason it caught your attention is not just that the shutter's broken, but as you look through, you realize there are bars on these windows on the inside behind the shutters.
They look like they're meant to be keeping something in or keeping something out.
As you look in, you see that there is some chaff and hay on the ground, and you can hear soft, phlegmatic breathing.
See any sand?
You guys did find a few of there are a few of those crystals in this alleyway, but it's like as you're walking toward this soft glowing purple and blue and kind of lime green radiance in a corner, you pass by this that you see.
There's something in this building. Can't tell what it is that you're breathing. There's bars inside the window. Could be
Probably
a
someone
really
sleeping.
big feral person.
So we're just gonna break into someone's house because they're asleep?
Did I say that?
You implied.
I implied no such thing.
Yeah, that was yours.
But the crystals inside.
You already see some.
Oh, did we?
You saw three kind of 10 feet further past the thing, but like as you were walking toward them, it was an indicator like, oh, of course there'd be crystals here. This place looks like nobody's been down this alley in a while. And you're like, wait, that's weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, technically that would have been in your
Put
hand.
it into.
Make a so as you go to try and like break them off, make a strength check or athletics check.
Should I be the one breaking them up then?
Yep, I'm gonna leave that to him.
Athletics?
Oh, I think he didn't say my part.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did we
He
take
did a
short
short
rest?
rest. He did a short rest, so yeah,
I thought I said it.
Chicago.
I thought I said I did one with him, but
that's fine.
I forgot.
No, you guys were both there. So if you need to put short rest stats back, that's fine.
12.
If this gets uncovered.
Okay.
If you did.
So if it's my top two and I hand it over, does it just go?
So you moved one to the bottom.
Yeah, if this one was at the bottom.
Roll a percentile.
Actually, so that would stop this.
Okay. Yeah, it's not two.
It doesn't break me. So just okay.
16.
On the percentile.
Yep.
Okay. As you go to break these crystals off, at first they seem to give really easily, and then they kind of it's like it gets stuck on there. And as you go to like to pry the last little bit, you pull, and it comes off, and
No.
Oh no.
part of the rock wall that it was attached to, the stonework, crumbles, and a large chunk of rock falls and hits the ground.
I didn't do it. Wasn't me.
You totally did.
I didn't touch it.
Made noise.
As you're standing by the window, it's
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's how it's
can you help me?
Yeah, what you need, man?
It's taken me and my fiance, but he's not here. The last one was not part of the story. Just the first two.
Okay. Do you want us to come on in?
Be careful of them. They're not nice. They're armed.
So much. I see we break in there and see what's going on.
Is there like a front door to this place?
That's a good
What are
question.
the walls made out of?
So most of these walls are stone. There were the shutters were made of wood and metal, but kind of decrepit. The ceiling appears to be made of wood planking,
And there's bars on the window?
and there's bars on this window. Yeah,
Okay. On the inside.
it's kind of like if the shutters weren't there, it'd be like the bars running in between the stonework, and so the shutters are kind of over that space.
So they're on the outside. Like if I were to, am I able to like grab onto the shutter or not the bars?
You can grab onto the bars.
Okay, so they're on the outside.
They're in the middle. So
So there's no window?
The windows are made of paper.
Yeah.
no. Okay.
Oh, I
no,
thought
no,
it was like a
hold on.
glass window.
So
Okay.
no. So it said there's no glass pane. What there is open air square,
Got it with the
yay
bars.
thick bar into middle
Okay.
of the stuff somehow.
Okay.
All right, I'll start. No.
Don't even need to worry about breaking them out. I'm gonna say, come to the bars.
I'll try to reach. I haven't had much to eat and drink in a while.
I do.
I'll reach my hand in. You at least gotta reach your hand.
Sweet.
It stops.
You can feel a
So the bottom.
A hand slowly kind of, you can hear it feeling its way up the wall, and very thin, long fingers kind of grasp yours. You can feel that the skin is very soft, and the fingers themselves are fairly thin, like someone, like the fingers feel emaciated.
I'm gonna say to him, let the magic do what the magic needs to do, okay? And I'm going to cast Vortex Warp. It's a fun one. It's Misty Step, but for other people. So basically, I magically twist space around another creature. You can. Oh man, I do have to see him.
You can see him.
Yeah.
Would you allow me to if I'm touching him? Because
That's seeing him.
You can see part of
I'm
it.
seeing with my hands.
No, 'cause you can see his hands.
No,
If you had blindside, I'd call it. Let me look. Hold
I have
on.
dark vision.
I have dark vision.
Wait, is he not at the window?
It's like it's one of
Barely
these
overreach.
inside the window. So he's reaching.
So he's reaching up?
reaching down, and this person is reaching up.
Yeah, you can look down and. Yeah, would you
Yes.
be able to see him?
But like you have, if you know you need to see them, then you could like stand on your tiptoes and like try and look down, and you can just barely see this person's like right foot as they kind of clearly are trying to like reach up to you, and it has a shackle around it.
So I will cast Vortex Warp, and he can. The target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw.
Sickly
And can choose to fail.
The target can choose to fail.
Mm-hmm.
And
you choose.
The target is if the target fails saving throw, the target is teleported to an unoccupied space of your choice that you see within range. The chosen space must be on the surface or liquid that can support the target without the target having the space. So basically, I will teleport him on the outside.
That's got a range. So wait, is the range is 90 feet or the?
The range is 90 feet.
Holy cow! You can teleport someone 90 feet with that.
Yeah.
That you can see. You don't even have to touch them.
Haven.
Wow.
Are you
Okay.
Strict saving.
That's cool.
Strixhaven is
Hey, that's
still
one. That one's a new one for me.
Vortex Warp, Wither and Bloom,
Whatever.
Bar of Knowledge is it. And was there one more?
Catapult.
Catapult didn't come from.
It's older, I thought.
It's Sam's guy.
Oh.
Yeah, but this is still
No,
cool.
no, I'm thinking
Alright.
kinetic jump.
Kinetic John, yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
Okay,
It's not
so
amazing, but it's good.
where do you bamf them to?
Right outside the building next to us.
Okay. Constitution saving throw, because Meadow makes a good point. 17, we're good.
Not even playing to kill someone.
So, standing before you and almost kind of collapsing into you is a what appears to be like a 20s, 30-year-old female tiefling, and who's in dirty dress and kind of smells, but very like thin paper skin look, very emaciated, like she hasn't eaten or drunk water in a while.
We should take her.
Thank you.
We should get her to.
The police, yes, somewhere.
Make a
No.
history check for the Radiant Citadel.
15.
You know that there is a place called the. Jeff.
6.
You know that there is a place called the House of Convalescence. It'll probably take an hour to walk there with her in this state. But the House of Convalescence is known as.
Oh, yeah, no, I have to pick her up.
Okay.
Finish getting all the
So still takes about an hour. It could take
Yeah, okay.
up to an hour to travel.
As you were talking to her, I was just picking up crystals.
Let's see, what is 15? You know that the House of Convalescence focuses the life-giving energies of the Radiant Citadel somehow, and that it also tends to draw clerics and healers of many traditions, and most come to serve those in need. some seek to understand magic
So the
properties.
punch still
And so yeah, you know that if you need a place to heal, like that's one of those places that the Radiant Citadel is known for. It's like a place of healing.
And then on the way, I will share with her some of my rations, and
Fair enough. I wasn't sure how that would
I
work.
would assume I have some sort of canteen of water.
Okay. So how smart is she? Nat one. She drinks too much water for the state she's in. So she feels rejuvenated, but some of it she ends up having to cough and sputter up and that sort of thing. And are you guys trying to leave the alley kind of stealthily? Are you booking it? How are we doing this?
Booking like at a fast pace, not stealthily.
Okay.
Because we want to help her, but also we have no reason to stealth.
Because you're just okay.
Well, I guess we kind of do, but we didn't think that hard about it.
Okay, cool. So you start walking toward, or you start kind of moving quickly to get her.
Yeah.
Okay, so who hasn't rolled a percentile? Go and roll a percentile die for me.
I
19.
Okay.
I did the
You get you think it's about you think you're about a block and a half away. So you've been traveling for about 45 minutes, and you guys have made good time. And you know you're about a block and a half away when your passive perception starts to kick in, and you get the sense that there's something's. It's like you're being followed.
Spider sense.
I will
Theater table.
180 no scope my head around.
Nose scope?
No scope, like 360 no scope. No,
Why? I don't know that term.
basically, I'm an owl.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got it. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, we're
I'm
good.
gonna just continue walking forward, just
It's been a long.
take a,
Yeah.
and quickly take a look around, hopefully catching whoever is behind, whoever I think may be behind,
Okay.
off guard a little bit with little time to react.
Okay, so you're trying to do it fast. You said. Like,
Yes.
okay, make a perception check, and then make an intimidation check. What's your perception there?
Perception is 18.
Okay.
Secret laugh or the best?
That's a great laugh. That's a 20.
It's like-
So I just turn around and just have this like.
and with it, so with the 18, you had a sense like there's something like, and you realize what it is. There are two sets of two people, and the streets of the Radiant Citadel aren't like crazily populated right now. It's not like it. There's a lot with the Radiant Citadel, but it's not like this shoulder to shoulder bustling metropolis in that sense. And so when you look around, it's like there's a handful of people out on the streets, and it seems like there are two pairs of them who who feel the same to you, and so you end up spinning around and looking straight at a pair of them who do appear to be more of a bruiser type.
Okay.
Intimidation. Oh, what's your actual score there with the 20? Because they rolled a 19.
20 plus 1.
Okay. Intimidation goes against what? It has really been a while since I've run a game running.
I don't know what it is.
There's no hard and fast
It's
rules.
just kind of like, okay.
You gotta make a wisdom save, maybe?
Yeah, so that would be all right. We're good. So it was close, but you spin around and you make that eye contact with two of these guys.
What would when something had the ability of fright?
That's fine as well.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
There
Okay.
you go.
Yeah. Okay. So and you can see them kind of gasp a little bit, and one of their eyes open. This pairing seems to be kind of a male-female pairing of thug-like, or it's hard to say because they both wear like leather jerkins or leather armor with sleeves cut off, bracers, that kind of thing. And they have similar styling to them, but yeah, but they do kind of take it back.
You said there were two.
Yeah, it seems like one is closer to you, like 30 feet away, and then that's the one that you kind of lock in on. But when you were coming around, you saw another. You're like, there's another pair over here, and they're maybe 60 feet away.
Okay.
And you're surrounded by kind of. As you got into this area, it's like nice, slightly more kept up stonework and wood roofs and that sort of thing, and possibly a shop sign here or there, every couple buildings.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Magnify Gravity.
Okay.
Oh.
With that, let's roll initiative.
You're really not.
Oh, we're
20. All right.
Do I use my point of luck to
No, don't use luck on initiative.
Yeah, but what if I go first?
All right.
Okay, you want to rub it in everyone's faces.
Go first.
No.
Just a second.
Do you have
Wait, did you say you wanted to use
No,
luck?
I'm not doing
All right. Josh, show me your 8.
What kind of weapons do these guys have?
Sorry. I can pull up that screen. Okay.
Are they like
So first, initiatives.
20?
Yes, this is 20.
7.
Bungo is 7.
17.
17.
Do it.
Fun stats for these guys.
Oh.
Are they like
More.
mason?
Don't do that one.
I didn't say that one.
Are they like mason crossbow kind of enemies, or?
That's what we're trying to get to. There are two sets. So the and you realize that actually both of them, they almost look, they have a similar look, both, all four of them, as you kind of enter this moment. And the ones that appear to be kind of the male side of the couple here, because they seem to be these male female dyads.
I have
The male side seems to have a morning star and a javelin or two,
You played that.
and
He
more
you showed
seemingly feminine,
you showed
smaller in stature.
All right,
They have a long sword and a long bow. Yeah. So with that, sorry, let me get it. Let's try and get my initiatives. Okay, so one is also one's a 17, and then another one is, the other group is a 15. Okay. There we go. All right. So as you kind of start looking around, so we're gonna start it off with you do that thing.
Yes. So, I'm going to
I think I have
20-foot radius
Yes.
circle. How wide is the street?
Does that mean I have?
How wide is the street you're on? These streets are what? About 20 feet.
20 feet wide.
Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I
I
got
was torn between 20 and 30, and I went for 20. Perhaps you subconsciously like
Yeah.
influenced my decision or something.
10-foot radius of 20 foot in diameter, so it's gonna cover the
on the
width of the street.
Yeah, the one
But I'm gonna
most thick.
put the circle. Basically, I'm gonna put the circle between, like, us and them, kind of.
So they're 30 feet. First party's 30 feet from you. Second party's 60 feet from them.
So, like, they're gonna be here,
Take it easy.
and like we're up here. So I'm gonna put the circle like right there, so they have to walk through the circle to get to us.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
You don't know.
Okay, but not in it.
Yeah, they're gonna be inside the circle,
Inside edge. Okay,
but they have to walk through the rest of the circle to get to
and
us.
it's a 20-foot radius.
Yes.
Gotcha. Covers the whole street. At its shortest point, it should be 20 feet total out the edges. So okay, got it. And what is this thing?
Does magnify gravity.
Okay, and what does that do?
Constitution saving throw.
Okay. For the party that starts in it,
Really?
Yes.
you're doing the front party, the 30-foot one.
Yep.
I didn't really roll this.
One
That's even worse. Well, they both fail. 2 and 3.
That will be 15 force damage.
As you. Okay.
Yep. And then
What causes it? So, as you magnify gravity, what is it like? You literally increase their own weight on them. Okay.
yes, their speed is halved since they failed. They're going to take 15 force damage each. And then any object that isn't being worn or carried within the spell requires a strength check to pick up. And then I'm going to tell them both to.
And you said their speed.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead and
And you said
it's happening to
okay.
And then I'm going to use my flight. I'll spring in the air, maybe 15 feet above the ground, and start moving forward.
Forward like towards them or forward away from them?
Forward, away.
So, and you said you shouted at these two to run.
Yes.
We get it, you won.
He gets that one as almost as a pseudo surprise round, partially because he won the intimidation. Now it would be your turn in the initiative.
I'm gonna move back 30 feet, and I'm going to use my bonus action to do one of my what are they called? I don't know. One of my basically. I think they're mutagens or mutates, but mutagens.
Okay.
To basically increase my dexterity by 3, but can be disadvantaged in wisdom saves. Basically, they all have a pro and a con.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so, it basically, I've got a potion or something, and I drink it, and it mutates me. So now my character is faster than normal for a bit.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's like The Witcher.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
And so now my dexterity is 21.
Okay.
And I'm going to shoot an arrow. That is 13 plus 9, 22.
And who are you shooting at?
The closest, is it a pair of Morningstar and Sword? Or guy and girl, or
Yeah.
is it?
So yeah, each pair has one of each.
I'll shoot the guy.
And Brayden, for gravity, the enhanced gravity or magnify gravity.
It's my arrow, yeah.
So, you said the objects in it do what? Are twice as hard to pick up?
Yeah, it requires a strength check to pick up.
Okay,
So I would assume it would draw his arrow down.
So we will say that this is the equivalent of firing at them from cover because it's do you even recognize what his spell did? And actually,
I can make an arcana check.
make an arcana check. Because it's two things. Do you know what his spell did? Because he didn't say it. He just said run.
20.
Okay. So based on what you hear him say, there's some part of it that you recognize a little bit about what it's doing, especially as you see them fall to the ground. With that, you can then you can use that to help you aim, and so it will be firing as if they are under cover. And so, can you arc the arrow into the gravity field so that it actually hits them? So, make your attack roll if you didn't already.
21.
That 21 total.
No, it's 22.
Okay. So it's 5 more. Cover is 5 more than their normal. Okay. And you were going for
If it's full cover, and if it's 3/4 cover.
So you would have
If it's
needed
half cover.
Yeah, 3/4 is what I was going with.
Alright.
You would have needed a 21 to hit. So you got a 22.
Trick shot.
So yeah, it's a very much you're like it's a little surprising to those onlooking, especially you who knows the spell you just cast. You watch as well, I guess what would it look? How do you kind of what does this whole process display look like?
You mutter something along the lines of "This is tricky physics," and aims the arrow a little up, so it goes, and then suddenly arcs down and hits him right in the chest, or wherever it hits him.
So you're surprised at his ability to work within that field and still lands a shot as the arrow strikes this creature, this person in the kind of neck and shoulder area.
And that is 6 damage.
Okay. Okay, and both when they hit the ground, you heard a muffled thumping, thudding cry, and then again, as this a growl escaped this gentleman, or lack thereof, as this arrow pierces into his shoulder.
Is it a gravity spell, I presume?
Yeah.
Excellent.
And then you've done your attack,
And then
you've done
you
your
move
bonus
back 30
action, and then you move back 30 feet?
Yes.
Okay. So that's that. Right, so he moved. Next up would be group 1. So these are the close ones. They're half-speeded, you said? And would they be smart enough to know how close they are to the edge? Do they take damage on their turn or anything, or it's just kind of the initial hit?
Just the initial hit.
Okay.
And this gravity well will only last until the beat.
Okay. What is your spell save? Okay. So with that as kind of the indicator of whether they're smart enough to know know what's going on. The woman will, because you put it at there at the edge of it, right? How far you put them at the kind of back end of this thing, right? Okay. So the woman's smart enough to start rolling, and she has, even with half movement, she can get out of the gravity thing and kind of stand up. And you can tell that she's severely injured. She's got it looks like she may have like rolled an ankle or both. She kind of rolls and then tries to stand up and kind of struggles as you guys are running away. However, she will also try and shoot her long bow over what she imagines is this spell. And so with that, she's going to, you guys are within the normal range. Fire at you, but get it in that one, so it doesn't matter. So she thinks she's got the arc just right, and you all watch as the arrow hits just the very like top foot of, as she aims at you, of this bubble, and the arrow just straight down. It's like the nose of it tips, and then it just dies straight into the ground. So that attack missed. And the guy is still trying to figure out what's going on. He's kind of rolling back and forth, like not really able to discern what she's doing. It's his turn. He's like trying to crawl forward towards you, and then he like sees her and he crawls back. He does.
Call me when they figure out the soda.
Okay. So that's their turn. Group 2 goes next. They see what happens to their compatriots. One of them pulls out their longbow as well. The other so they're going to run up to just behind their what appears to be their companion. One of them is going to try and throw a javelin at disadvantage. And that doesn't work. Same thing, but doesn't get nearly high enough. The javelin kind of enters the gravity field and falls. The other one will do a longbow normal, and that is a 14 plus their attack bonus. So 17 to hit you. Okay, so that one saw the trajectory and has trained with the and kind of says, okay, it needs to be higher. And aims a little higher than the other lady did. So that's a D8 plus 1 for damage. So you take 7 damage.
7?
Yeah.
Shit, down.
Are you really? I was like, what?
With retro, come on.
Level 4. Yeah. So you take 7. And so that's both of them. So yeah. Well, they use their movement, use their action. But actually, 1 per turn, this lady can deal an extra 2d6 damage with martial advantage. And so that's 2d6 more.
For me?
Yeah, using martial advantage. So you take 8 more damage. Once, it does say once per turn. That seems excessive.
She'll take half my health.
Alright, so that's one of the longbows. None of the other shots made it. One guy's still in the gravity field, so make sure and tell me when that goes away. With that, we are down to Bungo.
Big cast. We cast Vicious Mockery on one of them.
Okay. What's it sound like? What kind of words do you use?
Kind of get a bigger while I'm running. I'm running with stone in my hands. So I turn around, double finger, and I'm running backwards.
Okay. And what are the what's the actual stats of the spell again?
They need to make a Wisdom saving throw
Okay.
of 12.
And it's just one, right? Who are you targeting?
Just one.
Oh, which one? You got 4. You get the 2 that were smushed by gravity. One still.
Whoever shot the arrow.
Okay, the one who landed the attack. Okay. So that's gonna be not good.
Okay. It's only a D4 of damage. And okay. 2.
Okay.
That's my turn. I'm running.
Right. Still running. Quote the Black Eyed Peas. We go back to the initiative round with Justice.
So I'm gonna go back towards them. And which one did you target?
The one who shot the arrow.
The one who
The farther
landed
one or
the
the closer one?
So they kind of got caught up with their movement, but there's one that's looking really good in the Gravitron moment. And then there's the one that is kind of shaking their head after being insulted.
So I'm gonna target the one that feels insulted
Okay.
and say, "Your friends are conspiring against you. You must strike them down." And I'm gonna cast suggestion on them. The suggestion being attack your buddies. If you think it's not a reasonable course of action,
Well,
do something else.
I think suggestion, you can't harm anyone with
You can't harm anyone
Yeah, anything that would bring harm to themselves or others.
themselves. Would that count? Yeah, probably. I'll check.
Actual language.
All I see is harming itself.
Okay.
So
Harming itself?
You just of course an action limited to sentence or 2 magically influenced creatures that can't be charmed by it. Suggestion must be worded in such a manner as to make the course sound reasonable. Asking, it's against itself. Obviously, do some other obvious harmful act to themselves. I think it's. I can see why that would be. Okay. Just do this for me. Make a charisma check, and or a performance check. This is really just to see if you can project far enough because you did run away. You're like 90 feet, I think, away from them or
Oh, I'm
something.
90 feet away?
Well, they were 30 feet back, and then you ran already 60 more feet, or 30 more feet. So you're 60 feet away. Sorry.
So I moved back so I could be within range.
Okay, what's the
Because the range is only 30 feet.
Oh,
So I went back towards them.
okay. If you move within 30 feet of them, you walk into the gravity field.
Oh, yeah, it's still up.
And you do have, you got a 20
That was
on
20
that,
feet.
so
That was 20 feet. So
20 turn radius. And he put them on the back end.
Oh,
and they,
yeah, radius.
So, and I'll say your Arcana check means you would remember that in time.
yeah.
I won't be that DM.
Does it deal damage?
No, I won't. It only does damage to people in it when I cast it.
Okay.
In fact,
But speed is just half of it.
Yeah.
It's about to
if
end.
he fails a con save,
Whoa. Does it say that?
Yeah, maybe. What was it called again?
magnify gravity.
Because the thing
Obvious
is,
names I keep asking.
I think I've got better odds of hitting a suggestion spell.
Yeah, it'll go away at the start of my
Yeah, so even if you won't be in the
Wait, I thought you said there's 20-foot radius. The one I'm finding says 10.
I'm sorry, I keep meaning 10-foot radius, 20-foot diameter.
Those are different things.
Yes.
Okay, let's
But-
go back to our math problem. Okay, so I've been okay. So then it barely covers the street.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. So yeah, you're fine then. You run back. So you had gotten 30 feet away in the last turn. So now you decide to run back and cast
Yes.
suggestion. Okay. Cool. And they have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, DC 12.
They roll a 3+. So yeah, go for it.
All right.
So then they have to. You're suggesting that they go and attack somebody on their next turn.
Yes.
And that
their
was-
allies are conspiring against them.
Okay. Cool. And that's your turn. That's your movement action.
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, bonus action.
Loop is up next.
I'm gonna do my human craft thing again. Take the 1d4 damage, do an extra 1d4 on my bow attacks in the future.
Okay.
It's only 1 damage. Nice.
So it's 1 each way, or you get a d4.
I get a d4. So that's the best case scenario.
Ah, cool. All right. Sloop is up. I think you had already run 30 feet. So you're now 60 feet.
I'm gonna go on my ass getting turned away from
Or call it 65. Because they're outside the sphere.
Alright, ready?
yeah.
Sphere.
No.
Alright, so.
What?
The air ceases to shimmer in that region ever so slightly. And the guy on the ground seems visibly relieved as the pressure release off of his chest.
Hit and paddle with
That one
hurt.
Realize that my spell did not last more than 6 seconds. And fly 30 feet back towards and cast
Success.
Rhymes Binding Night.
Oh, right. That's a good one.
Get out of jail.
Okay.
They're at the very edge of my cone.
Read the description for me and tell me the range. Just make sure we cover these logistics without me looking them up.
30-foot cone.
Okay.
This is
So you got within 30. You flew back. You got within 30 feet.
So they'll be at the edge of my cone, the front two at least.
Okay.
Or the back two.
They ran up, and so they're all 4 within. Actually, 3 of them are kind of right next to each other, and then the last guy's still laying on the ground, like 5 feet in front of them, or
Okay,
with
so
a gap of 5 feet.
it's gonna hit 3 of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if it's a cone, you can probably hit all 4.
Okay. A burst of cold energy emanates from you in a 30-foot cone. Each creature in that area must make a con save. On failed save, the creature takes 3d8 cold and is hindered by ice formations for 1 minute or until it or another creature within reach uses an action to break away the ice.
So that means they're like hindered.
It says later.
A creature hindered by ice has a speed reduced to 0.
Okay, so yeah, it's like it's restricted. Okay. So, and what's the DC?
14.
All right, so 1 fail, 1 save. 1 fail, 3 saves. So the one who failed will save the gentleman on the ground. If that makes sense.
Same as us.
It's almost like the other 3 almost work together to keep themselves from being fully impacted.
Okay, so I'm trying to get
And so they are. He is hindered. Do they take half damage?
Yes.
Okay.
That is 18 cold damage. Half damage. 9.
So the gentleman on the ground freezes in place. The woman who had run out of the rolled out of the gravity bubble also begins to slump and then turns to ice. Or kind of has a flash freeze moment, and then the other 2 take 9. You said.
Unfortunately, I'm now within 30 feet, but I'm still 15 feet.
At what point in the war is this?
This is fire.
Okay.
Was exploration.
Got it.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit the restroom if you need any statistics. There you go.
Perfect time to write it down.
What did the restroom ever do to you? Okay, cool. So with that, that's his turn. We're down. Next is you did your turn. He did his turn. So now it's their turn. 2 of their own are gone, frozen in place like ice sculptures.
there.
And how many hit points does he have, and what's his AC?
13 AC, 15 hit points.
Okay. He's going to. He's 15 in the air. He's going to get a javelin thrown at him. He's within range of if they run forward.
Okay, the one I target suggests
There. Oh. Which one did you target with suggestion?
the one that missed.
No.
Okay.
Good point. So Javelin Man goes first, and then she will go. So Javelin Man will have an 8+.
Oh, well, that's probably
Oh, would you look at that? This is going.
Is a 12 big enough? No.
Okay. What do we?
So the javelin flies past the owlin, tinking on the street further down, and as your suggestion goes, she will turn to the guy next to her, draw her bow, and since instead of switching weapons, and will fire with disadvantage, and an arrow she'll go to point the arrow at him, and he'll see it as he's throwing the javelin, kind of knocking aside, since she's at such close range. So nobody does damage this turn, and she kind of shakes her eyes as if she realizes, because once it's done, right?
It's got a duration of 8 hours.
So it stays, well, and it doesn't have to be till the action's completed.
Well, I guess word for word, attack your allies. That action has been completed. But it says it pursues a course of action. You describe to the best of his ability. The suggested course of action can continue for the entire duration. If the suggested activity can be completed in a shorter time, the spell ends when the subject finishes what it was asked to do.
Okay.
So what's your ruling on that?
It's that she's completed the task.
Okay.
Yeah, so she performed the action, and in doing so, like, it was what was it? Like, the magic isn't strong enough. Like, it's not that good. There are other spells that are stronger, and we don't want to make them feel like they're not.
Yeah. Suggestion is kind of crazy in my opinion. Like I've always
it's not bad for what is it, the second level too.
yeah. And I get it once per long rest to be on TM level 3.
Okay. So that's their turn. I feel strangely
Anticlimactic.
hamstrung. But yeah, that too. Same thing. Brings us to Bungo. Now 60 feet, I believe. away.
Yeah, so I was told to run, but then everyone else turned around and started fighting.
But you have the lady.
I have the lady, but I also don't know where the hospital is. I'm not the one who knows where. I was the one following.
That's true. You made a roll, and it was like a 5 or a 6.
It was.
So yeah, you don't know. You don't know.
Is there like a bench nearby?
Is there what?
A bench?
Make a perception check. Roll percentile die for me.
Sure.
We have 2 problems here. Is there a bench, and do you see it?
39.
Okay.
17.
Okay. You see that there is some form of like a flat rock thing that could be a bench.
Get the tiefling lady guy?
Yeah, tiefling lady.
Okay.
She's just very emaciated. She sounds old because she had no water. Yeah.
I'm gonna set the tiefling lady down on the bench and
No.
you stay here. And then I'm gonna grab my sword and run towards the battle.
Okay.
How far away was I?
You were 60 feet.
Okay.
You would have used, we'll say you used half your movement to get her
Okay.
to
I'm gonna use my action to dash over and then
Okay, so you're at
like 15 feet away.
Okay.
Alright, that's my turn.
Cool. Awesome sauce. That brings us to the top of the round with Justin.
All right. Which one looks the healthiest?
The guy with the javelins.
All right. I'm going to do Blood Curse of the Marked on him. Take that save. I'm sorry. I should make this. Blood Curse of the Marked.
Where'd you
Library's open.
Where'd you go to the restaurant? Okay. Oh, be a bread.
Oh, it is no save. But when I hit the creature when I hit the cursed creature with a weapon that I have a charisma right for, I roll an extra dice. So basically, my ice arrows are stronger
Okay.
when hitting that guy.
I got you. Okay.
And then I'm gonna
In
then
addition to the D4 you already have.
yes.
Oh, hey.
Or is that for attack?
What are you?
It's
Oh, damage.
damage.
Yeah.
So I roll 2d4 now.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to shoot him again.
Go for it.
And I miss.
Cool.
Badly.
All right. How about you? That one
That
bad.
one badly.
And you had cast.
It's just a nice
Yeah.
arrow.
There it is. The
It's not any interest spell. It's just whatever it's called.
He's gonna give you a weird.
Crimson Right.
He's not gonna say anything.
So now I almost want to.
It contains like a secret forbidden
So you have to roll your d4 against yourself
yes. Oh.
with a nat 1 there. So you take 3 damage. Yeah, and I'm gonna let you tell. You know the ability better than I do. So what? Why? I'm just saying that this should happen, but I'm gonna let you tell the story. So why would it happen?
Very small amount of
As you
Is
get
it
that
ice
one.
damage or necrotic damage from the blood thing?
We'll say the first d4 you have. So the one. That
Oh,
you
the one I took the damage I took.
Yeah. You took
So
1 damage for.
as I'm powering, like the blood starts glowing in my veins. It starts glowing a little too bright, and I look at it in panic, and I guess the blood vessels reversed or something, and I take an extra.
Okay. It's like you can't handle being pent up.
Yes.
As your arrow doesn't fly. Okay. Okay. Cool.
And the arrow goes straight there.
Unless he actually.
Cool. That brings us to
I guess
birding call.
Any of them try to attack me?
What? Who?
Did any of them try to attack me?
They sure tried. So the javelin missed, and then he had suggested that one of the ladies shoot at her compatriots. So she did and missed. So nobody made it. Neither of them did well.
Awesome. 2 of them died.
2 of them are ice sculptures, Alpha style.
Which one looks more hurt?
The one with the longbow.
That's one you suggested, though.
Yes,
Yeah,
but that's dissipated now.
Oh, it's dissipated?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to toll the dead on her. That's going to be a wisdom saving throw.
All saves.
18 plus.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind.
And now I'm going to look at the opposite direction.
Okay. All right. As you and you were how close at that point? You were flying and you were 15 feet back, 30 feet angled. I think is what we said because your cone was 30 feet. So you were or 15 feet up, 30 feet angled. Okay.
Yes.
So you would have seen running underneath you Bungo. Bungo had come running underneath you. As you turn around to fly back the other direction, you see that Bungo has left the lady, the emaciated lady, on a stone slab that looks like a bench, about 60 feet away,
Okay. Then I'm going to go
or
back.
45 feet. Sorry.
Then I'm going to go back.
Okay. So you start floofing, flying around her.
Yes, I start to flee.
Okay. And that's your turn.
That will be my turn.
That brings us to them's guys. And now they've got. Yeah, how far were you back? Are you still a distance away? Is like 30 feet?
Yeah, I was 30 feet away.
Okay, so now Bungo has made himself a target.
Still on the table.
Thank goodness.
Let's see. Let's see if they roll low on a. Let's see if they're really angry. Okay, so go after. All right, both of them are just going to go after the nearest. No, lower, be angry. So both of them are going to still try and shoot at Owlin, who caused them the most damage recently and destroyed their friends. And you're at 60 feet, so the javelin's going to throw with disadvantage. Does a 14 hit you? Oh, just kidding. Disadvantage. Does a 12 hit you? No. And then the longbow is going to come at you as a. I think it's an 18. No, sorry, 16.
That will hit.
Okay. So with the longbow.
Wait.
Okay.
So we were to
I do want the silvery bar save.
Okay. Is that the reroll?
Yes. Must use the lower.
Ah, the lower of the two.
Yes.
Well, that was a 4. So, yeah, the how does that spell cause the reroll?
You magically distract the triggering creature and turn its momentary uncertainty into encouragement for another creature. The triggering creature must reroll the d20 and use lower roll. You can then choose a different creature you can see within range, and you can choose yourself. The chosen creature has advantage on the next attack ability check or saving throw and makes it within
It's a bullshit.
There's a lot going on there.
It's,
But
it's,
okay.
you know,
basically advantage for you and advantage for somebody else, which I'm going to give to you.
Okay. Only so that he stops complaining about your spell.
No, I like Silvery Barbs. But
That's
you know,
really
nine,
interesting. There's a lot going on there. Okay.
I would say Silvery Barbs is probably banned at like 90% of
Is
tables.
it a second level spell?
First.
It's a first level spell.
That basically causes a reroll on somebody, and you get to give advantage to somebody else.
Yes.
It's a bullshit
It's
spell.
like better shield.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
It is.
So suffice to say, like whatever you do causes her to kind of mess up her breathing as she gets distracted, and so the arrow flies wide as it aims at you. You know what? So roll a percentile die, Braden. All right, that's high enough. The arrow does not accidentally go into the person you're trying to save. Okay, so that's good.
Did you watch Tales of the Empire?
So I would say.
Sorry. That dude's Order 66 reminds me of Tales of the Empire. It's like
yeah. Okay.
Star Wars.
I've seen the pizza skit. Have you seen that one?
The pizza.
How many pizzas should we order? Well, there's this. Okay, double that. Make it 50. Okay, we need to make sure we add this much. 64, 65. Order 66. All right. Yeah. So moving on. That was them's twos. Back to Yastis.
All right.
Those two ice critters are just not doing any good.
Good.
But it's also taking a while to kill these other two.
All right. Another arrow. Pew pew.
Okay.
That's a crit that makes up for my
And who are you firing it at?
the one I've got the curse on. So the guy with the javelin in the morning.
Okay. Okay.
So that's 44 plus 2d8. Dear goodness.
6 and then a modifier.
Yeah.
So it's so
2 plus 6 plus 5 is
2 plus 6 plus 5 is
13. So 13 piercing.
so
And 2, 5, 9, 12 cold.
Ow. He had 18 hit points, so that's more than that. That's 25. I think you said. So how do you do this?
2 to 6
Do you do
to 7 to 9 is like.
How do you do
So I decided,
And then a 1.
you know what, I'm going to risk it, and I over channel it again, basically making the ice grow into a large ice arrowhead
Okay.
that shatters in a blast of cold and just blows the sky apart.
Like he freezes and then bursts
I guess, yeah.
like an ice grenade.
Yes.
Okay. Make an attack roll. We'll treat it like ice knife because that sounds fun since there was so much extra damage.
16.
Yeah, that beats hers. Oh, it doesn't.
Does it have a
Oh,
plus?
it doesn't beat. It doesn't beat her armor class
Does it have a
actually.
plus though?
Huh?
Does it have a plus though? The plus to hit?
Is it? Are you doing ice knife rolls?
I basically used the functionality of it.
It's a saving throw then.
Ice knife is a
So
roll
she
to hit
doesn't
on the main
dex.
target. Saving throw.
That's true. That's true. She. If I had done it as an attack roll, she would have made it. But no, she rolled a 4. So she takes how much? So how much damage did he have left? She's gonna take half of that. So it was 7. She takes 3,
Yeah, it would. I'm just saying it's the last.
Okay. and I made that mechanic up in his fly. So I'm sorry if it sounded a little weird, but I liked it. So he bursts. He grenades into ice. She takes some of her friend pieces of ice of her friend jam into her skin, causing that damage. That's nice. And then it is Floop's turn.
loop again.
What about?
Oh, actually, oh no, I'm sorry, no. Wait, yeah, hold on.
Is there anything?
You didn't get to go after them, did you?
No, because I gave him advantage and he was supposed to
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
right
okay, I'm
after.
sorry. So I went back to Yostis
Oh, it's supposed to be
and
my turn.
skipped you. Yeah,
The
okay.
crit still counts, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's still people alive.
There's
right?
one lady left with a longbow and shards of her friend made of ice sticking out.
Okay, I'm charging it with my great sword.
Okay.
And I get advantage, right?
Also, we're going to drop the guardian pension.
17.
Through the.
Okay, 17 to hit. Does that hit?
She has an 18 armor class.
With a longbow?
Huh?
With a like, I mean,
I mean, you could.
plate.
That's my turn.
Oh wait. Because if she's doing the longbow,
No shield.
longbow, she doesn't have
maybe-
the shield, so she's got a 16.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Good
No
point.
problem.
So because she's not long swording it with a shield. Good catch.
8 plus 3,
So 10,
11 damage.
And she has 4 hit points. So what does it look like as
Get them
Like,
physically.
right in half at the legs. Like,
okay, okay, straight down the middle, Darth Maul style.
Yeah,
Okay.
Darth Maul style.
Okay. And easily,
They gotta
yeah.
come back mechanical weeks later.
No, I'm gonna stab the body just to make double check. Sure.
As the only non-frozen one, like she's bleeding out. She's like, "Are you people?"
You are staying.
And let's see. Max, roll a percentile die for witnesses on all of this.
Witness.
It might matter. I just want to know if anybody saw it.
Not for long witnesses.
51.
Okay, cool.
That's a 10.
Then we got the lady. All right. So with that,
That's critical success. So,
Cool.
you want to describe me?
so we're out of combat, out of initiative. The 4 of them are there. 2 of them, one of them shattered into an ice bomb. 2 of them are just flash frozen.
I'm
And beginning
gonna
to thaw.
go back over to the tiefling lady and pick her back up.
Okay.
Face is nice.
And your Owlin friend is kind of flying around in that same area. He had retreated to there.
I'm going to send both of them out.
Are you staying 30 feet away? Or are you traveling back as he runs
I'm
by?
traveling back.
Okay, you 3 regroup at Tiefling Lady.
So we head back and get the healing necessary.
Okay, and you keep going. Cool.
As we're going, I'm gonna ask her.
With that, they're all
You know these guys?
in this.
Well, they were probably the ones who. They're probably the ones who had
I'll have
me.
to like, I don't know, like,
They-
wait, no, wait,
I do know.
Weight of 100 feet.
They caught us out in
Before we
the
were
Ethereal.
Jay, what
They,
happened?
they took over our ship
Sucks.
and took me and my fiance captain,
One left still alive.
Who knows?
And they've
Who knows?
been
There might be.
keeping us in, keeping at least me. I don't know where my fiance is. They've been keeping us
I like your funny words, Magic
in
Man.
that place.
For how long?
Alright, so we make it out.
It's not really a sunrise or sunset. I'm not sure. I can just tell you that I haven't eaten or drank in a long time.
Maybe they'll have to come to him to learn.
And when did you last see your fiance?
Imagine that. Avatar coming towards you.
Let me. In what manner did you last see your fiance?
They had separated us in different rooms. He seemed about the same shape I was, but I just feel like it's been
It's just a bit of fog. It's just fog.
has to have been at least a week. I don't know.
It's just like everything.
I realized she would have leveled exhaustion and needed to be yeah. So at least a week. I'm not sure. And this kind of conversation happening as you guys travel the last block or so, is that what you said? So last minute or two of travel. And you come around and you see so you get to that place that I said you were going to.
Heal place.
Yep, and that was where'd you go? That's the House of Convalescence.
Do you plan to do that?
Okay, and we're gonna end here. You guys, the three of you, basically bust through the doors of this. It has a sign over it, and there's clearly like people in robes around in different colors, different deities represented. And you bust through this door in the traditional. What do you say? Traditional fashion or otherwise?
Huzzah!
Okay. Huzzah! As you run through with this emaciated tiefling woman. Do either of you say anything?
Any catchphrases?
Just like a bright orange jumpsuit.
Okay.
It's like
And somebody says that. Yeah. Just
Dang
dang.
it, I still don't have a catchphrase.
So the three of you carrying the woman bust through this door, and we're gonna end our game tonight there. So yeah, nice job saving a lady and getting a crystal. You have at least one of the crystals you needed for the next experiment you're supposed to be looking for.
Damn, we killed some people.
Yeah, you in public, in the middle of the street. It's not gonna have any issue.
Were there witnesses?
I guess only time will tell.
I mean, did I see people nearby?
What'd you roll?
I rolled